Hey Canucks fans, Spencer Martin has cleared waivers. Thatcher Demko is about ready to back up, and things got a little bit testy at practice today. I'm Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Tuesday, February the 14th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone out there who celebrates it. I'll be celebrating tonight by participating in my regular Tuesday night bowling league. So I hope that my lovely wife Gail enjoys her dinner with our daughter Kayla. Me and the boys will be at Lucky 9 Lanes. No live stream tonight. Gonna go to bed earlier and rest my voice as I got to make sure that I'm good to go, 100% healthy for my trip to Dallas later on this week. But thanks to everyone who joined me last night, and I'll figure out what I do tomorrow night after the Canucks play the Rangers. Canucks back at practice today, but before that, Thatcher Demko, Spencer Martin, he was not claimed on waivers, so he will be assigned to the Abbotsford Canucks. I was 50-50. I could see it if a team did not claim him, given his poor start to the season and the fact that he's lost 10 games in a row. I also wouldn't have been surprised if a team picked him up. Someone like Ottawa, who's got Forsberg injured, someone looking for a bit more goalie depth at a cost-controlled contract for this year and next. But as it goes, he will be assigned to the Abbotsford Canucks. So that means tomorrow night when the Canucks host the Rangers, if Demko is not ready to dress and to back up, because he did say that he's aiming for Saturday when the Canucks host the Flyers. So you need a backup for tomorrow night. So does that mean that Artur Silovs will get the call? I guess we'll find out tomorrow. It's very easy for the Canucks to have a transaction where they call up a goaltender from their farm team, given that their farm team is only an hour down the highway. So my prediction is that Silovs will get called up tomorrow to back up Colin Delia, and then you'll see Thatcher Demko backing up on Saturday, and then pretty much ready to go, I think, after that. So speaking of Thatcher Demko, he was at practice again as the second goaltender with Colin Delia, and he addressed the media afterwards and said a few interesting things, including the fact that he wants to be ready to back up for this Saturday. We know that he's been out since December 1st, suffering that injury. But the biggest, most important thing is he flat out denied, rejected any rumors, any speculation that he wants out of Vancouver. Simply said, it's not true. And we heard some reporters report earlier in January that he was not happy here or that he'd be open to a trade. Then it got walked back to, well, the Canucks should consider trading him, but they haven't really asked him. So much like, not all, but many things that kind of percolate and take a life of their own here in Canucks media, this might have been a little bit much ado about nothing. That's, I think, what the saying is. But whether that's Demko truly not wanting to leave, whether him kind of thinking about it earlier when the team was kind of in disarray and open to moving but not wanting to admit it now, it doesn't matter. He says that he wants to be here. He's still got another 3.5 years left on his really good contract of $5 million a year. What we want to see is Thatcher Demko returning to his form that we know that he is capable of playing at. And some would say they don't want him to get there too quickly, as they want to see the Canucks lose as many games as possible as they did last night. That was ugly, 6-1. Don't want to talk about it. My mom taught me, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. So I talked about last night's game on my live stream last night, and I don't want to talk about it today. So Canucks host the Rangers tomorrow. The way they lined up as lines, they switched all of them around once again. So neither Boeser or Kuzmenko are on the top line. It was actually Podkolzin that got to skate with Pettersson and Beauvillier. So the top line was Pettersson, Beauvillier, and Podkolzin. The second line had JT Miller with Connor Garland, with Phil DiGiuseppe, who got the bump. I think he's played some really good games recently. And then the third line had both Kuzmenko and Boeser on it, flanking Sheldon Dries. And then the fourth line, the usual of Oman, Lazar, and I guess it was Dakota Joshua. Then they get dropped to the fourth line. And then you had Jack Stebnica as the extra forward, and then Will Lockwood in a non-contact jersey, still recovering from concussion symptoms, I believe. Then on D, same four pairings. That's OEL and Shen. Ugh, Hughes and Bear, Stillman and Myers. Ugh. So 2 of the 3 pairs not my favorite. And then the one that I want to see is Dermott and Burrows skating as a 4th pairing. After the game last night, Rick Tocchet said that they got to strip it down and go back to basics, back to fundamentals, especially when it came to defense. And we saw some video of some drills where it was all about positioning, and it was whistle, skate, move to a position, whistle, skate to the next position, whistle. So I wouldn't say dumbing it down, but certainly breaking it down and making sure that players knew where they need to be. So Rick Tocchet has lamented the lack of practice time since he's taken over as head coach. I think there's only the 4th or 5th practice that they've had. So maybe being at home for at least a little bit, it will be easier to get some practice time for sure. And the one thing the Canucks is, despite what we saw last night, the Canucks are able to score. What they have to do better, and it's been the season, the story of the season all along, they got to do better at keeping the puck out of their own net, including on the penalty kill. So we'll see if today's practice, breaking it down, if it had any difference, if it will have any impact on the way that the Canucks play. Finally, there's reports of some battle drills, and usually you do battle drills when things aren't going well, and oftentimes frustration can stem from those battle drills. And Brendan Batchelor reported that Dakota Joshua and Quinn Hughes got into a shoving match in one of those battle drills, that Connor Garland was involved as well. I'm not sure how. He's the only guy on the team that's smaller than Quinn Hughes. And then that apparently Quinn Hughes was visibly upset, whether that's upset at Dakota Joshua, upset at Connor Garland, upset that the Canucks played so poorly yesterday, whatever it may be. Nothing wrong with a little bit of emotion being shown by the team. And, you don't want it to descend to fights or to dissension. But there's nothing wrong with a little bit of emotion, a little bit of frustration. And you don't want this team to be complacent. They have nothing to be complacent about. So a few sights and sounds from the practice today, some line combos, some deep pairings, a small tussle, Thatcher Demko talking to the media, Spencer Martin being not claimed, on waivers, assigned to Abbotsford. So Canucks fans, talk about whatever you want to talk about. Leave a comment. Maybe react to any of those things I talked about. You can talk about remnants of last night's game, whatever you want to do. Put it down below. You can even tell me what you're doing for Valentine's Day today. That doesn't matter to me. Put it down below. I will do my best to read, react, and reply. Shout out to my sponsors, Van City Experts Real Estate, Perform and Transform Personal Training and Weight Loss. Thank you, legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Justin Credible, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame and franchise members. And thanks to all of you for supporting me. Always appreciate you. Never take you for granted. Subscribe, like the video, leave a donation, become a member, upgrade your membership. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Enjoy the day. God bless, and go Canucks go.